It's like there's a missing piece, but you can't quite name it. That's what happens when you're building the mountain while standing on it. Client work, launches, pivots. It gets really, really hard to zoom out and actually name that big picture. Who were able to sell out by 10:30 a.m. opening day and won Best New Food Business of 2024 just months after we launched their rebrand. And to notice the patterns that can turn half-formed thoughts into clear, powerful stories. You've got your brand's vision. You've done the foundational work. You've built your dream business, but something still feels a bit off. A feeling that can't really be explained. It's like there's a missing piece, but you can't quite name it. That's what happens when you're building the mountain while standing on it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what's actually keeping you stuck in surface level branding and how I help founders uncover what they've been trying to say all along, but haven't had the space or clarity to express yet. If you've ever felt like your brand doesn't fully reflect you or doesn't click the way that it should, in today's video, we'll talk about why this might be happening. But before we dive in, I'm Hunter Myers, the face and mind behind Verdure Design Co. I help bold, brilliant founders build magnetic brands that sell with confidence and clarity. And here on this channel, we treat branding a little bit like dating because both require chemistry, commitment, and a killer first impression. Now let's get into the topic we're discussing today. How a brand strategist can help you understand your brand's value when you can't. So this idea actually came to me from a call that I was on and it has stuck with me ever since. You know when you're climbing a mountain and all you can really see is that next step or that next rock or even that next little turn? You feel the incline, you know you're moving forward, but it's nearly impossible to get a full view of that mountain that you're climbing until you take a step back. That's what building a brand feels like when you're doing it solo. When you're deep in the day-to-day, client work, launches, pivots, it gets really, really hard to zoom out and actually name that big picture. And that's not a bad thing at all. It's just proximity. You're way too close to the thing that you're building. It's the same reason you might hire a business coach to help you refine your offers, or even bring in an ops consultant to help you fix what's falling apart on the back end. And so the brand you're building also deserves that same level of care and attention, that same level of support. Because sometimes it's not really that you're missing something, it's just that you need someone else to help you see it more clearly. Someone to help you name the patterns, to really hold a mirror up and help you translate what you feel into something your audience can actually understand. You see, when you're DIYing your brand, it's really easy to assume that you've gone deep enough. You tend to say things like, I know my values, I already have a mood board. But if your brand looks like a slightly edited Pinterest trend, or your messaging sounds like your competitor, you haven't gone deep. You've just gotten really good at collecting inspiration. And that's that surface work that I was talking about. And surface work is what keeps you blending in. The real transformation happens when someone is sitting across from you asking really good questions. When they don't just take your first answer, but actually dig in. And that's the core of my entire process. My clients have literally told me, you have pulled things out of me that I didn't even realize I wanted, which is what has helped them grow in ways that they didn't even think possible. For example, there's Midtown Bake Shop, whose rebranding helped them go from an occasional pop-up to having a weekly spot at their local farmers market. And places like Good Judy's Bagel and Espresso Bar, who were able to sell out by 10:30 a.m. opening day and won Best New Food Business of 2024 just months after we launched their rebrand. And this isn't magic. It's active listening. It's curiosity. It's asking questions you've never asked yourself. Because you do know your brand, you just might not have the language for it yet. And I'll say this too. Most people think brand designers just have a good eye. Fonts, colors, aesthetics. But the ones who bring in strategy, we listen for what you're not saying. We hear your mission, your values, your quirks, those bold ideas, and we shape that into something that feels like you and sells like crazy. And personally for me, that skill didn't come from a branding course, but actually from the degrees I got in English, sociology, and journalism. I was literally trained to ask better questions, to listen between the lines, and to notice the patterns that can turn half-formed thoughts into clear, powerful stories. And now I bring all of those skills to the way that I help founders build their brands. Because most of the time, you already kind of know what you want to say. You just haven't had the space or the right person to pull it out of you. So if your brand feels flat, or your message feels forced, or if everything you create feels like a slightly safer version of someone else, maybe you're not really doing anything wrong. Maybe you're just standing a little too close to the mountain you've been working on. And if any of this hits home and you're ready to go beyond that surface level, to finally see your brand clearly and create something that's really rooted in you, I'd love to help. I offer in-depth brand audits that are designed to do exactly that. Ask the right questions, spot the missing links, and help you name what you've been struggling to define. You can book one through the link in the description. It's a low pressure, high clarity conversation between you and I. And hey, if you want more human first strategic brand insights like this, hit the subscribe button. I drop new videos every week that help you build a brand that's memorable, actionable, and actually aligned with who you are. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.